I'm Brian Van.
I'm Max Van.
And today we're going to do a video install of the Yosh Alpha T slip-on on a 2017 Kawasaki Z900. Obviously, beautiful. Well, not so beautiful. Kawasaki did a great job with the bike. Bike's pretty, isn't it? Stock exhaust, never pretty. Never sounds cool either, does it? Now, why don't you fire it up, young man, and let's see what it sounds like before the Yosh gets installed. Basically, it sounds like a sewing machine. Now, let's put the Yosh on and see how much it changes it. Okay, this is a pretty basic install. We're gonna do this together. This video is really more about what is it gonna look like and sound like once we're done. We've got to remove a heat shield here. We're gonna remove this shield here. Yosh has supplied another closeout panel that we're gonna install, so we need to get this stuff off so we can do that. And then of course we have the mount back here for the exhaust itself. So let's go ahead, buddy. Let's jump in. Let's get this tag teamed, rocked out.
All right.
Right? You grab these. I'll come back here and do the main mount. We're going to reuse the majority of this hardware. It's going to mount in the same exact position as the stock canister did. Like I said, in the end, this is a pretty basic project. I think most riders could do this, which is the common hand tools they have at home. Good catch.
Yep.
Okay. You got this one off down here too?
Yep. It's like something attached to it.
And let me see how this slides
Oh,
back.
it just slides
See, that one slides back like that. That's just a plastic panel. Like everything else, right? Keep all of that factory hardware because we may need that to complete the installation. And even once we're done, those are great fasteners to have handy, right? I like to save all that stuff because you never know when you might run into a situation where you can repurpose it. Some of the best quality fasteners are found on stock bikes. Okay, loosen up the clamp. You can see how I supported the back of the muffler. I just don't want to ding the swing arm. We sourced this bike from one of our local Kawasaki dealers, K&W Cycle. They are located in Michigan here, very close to us, right? Great deal. That's where we buy most of our stuff. So now we're going to weigh this. We're going to weigh the Yosh piece, and we'll see what the difference is between the two. Because remember, that's another big benefit, right? This thing is, feel it. Yeah, it's got some girth to it, doesn't it? Right? So we're going to lose some weight, hopefully pick up better sound, and it's going to look a whole lot better.
We got back from the shop. We weighed these two. The stock silencer is 8.4.
And we weighed this one, the Yoshi pipe. It was 3.8. So there's going to be a significant weight savings replacing this on the bike right now. Okay, remember, before I even slide this on the bike, we need to clean this before we start it. I like to use WD-40 to clean the pipes. There's different things out there that are recommended to do it with, but you want to make sure it's going to be something that's safe. You don't want to burn handprints into the finish of the exhaust. So anytime you install a new exhaust system, make sure you clean it before you ever start the bike. Okay, before I install it, something I like to do is put just a real thin coating of anti-seize inside, right, like so. This does a couple of different things. It keeps it from corroding on there so that if you ever do need to remove it, it's an easy removal. It also aids in the installation. Very thin film. If we can get this thing lined up. And that makes it just slip right on there. Okay? Now we're gonna come back here. Let's get everything rotated into position. We're going to reuse the stock hardware here. Slide that through. Manufacturer on this can looks really, really nice, right? Yosh always has done a great job, but this particular can, the way they've welded the hanger on and stuff, I mean, that looks really sweet. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tighten up the mount here in the back, right? This type of system, I wanna secure it here in the rear before I tighten that barrel clamp. The nut that is used from the factory is a locking style nut, so realistically Loctite in that scenario is not really necessary. It came with a closeout panel too, and I want to get this into position and see how that's going to work with our stock setup. Okay, I'm going to position the clamp like so, and just got a 3/8 ratchet here. 11mm deep well to accommodate that. I'm going to kind of point that down. I think it's going to look best routed that way. We'll snug this up. You want to watch your torque here. There's a lot of mechanical advantage with this, and you don't want to distort everything, so there's no reason to really go crazy with that. Now we have this panel that they supplied, right? We've got our stock fasteners that will hold this on the bike. There's a spacer that they included that needs to go here towards the front. We'll use the shorter fastener back here, like so. Snug these down. Save all the stock stuff that we removed, just in case the dealership needs that back. There's the fastener too, buddy. Now it's time to wipe the exhaust down, then we can get the bike started and see how different it sounds. Okay, we're gonna use a little WD-40 to clean this up. If you start that, right, with all those fingerprints on there, they're gonna burn right in that pipe, and that's the last thing you want because it's not gonna look great. So take your time here, clean it up real nice before you ever start the engine. Once I've wiped it down really good with the rag that I sprayed the WD on, I will then come back with a fresh rag and make sure it's as dry as possible. When you first start it, you're going to see just a little bit of smoke. It'll burn some of this off, and also the exhaust itself is new, so it's very common, just a tiny little bit of smoke, and that goes away after the first heat cycle. So when we come back, we're going to be ready to fire this thing up and hear how the Alpha T slip-on sounds on the 2017 Kawasaki Z900.
Now we're going to start the bike, and we're going to hear how the Yoshimura Alpha T sounds on this brand new 2017 Z900.
What do you think? Now remember, this is their street legal version, right? So you're still well within the noise requirements, right? Your EPA requirements are still met, which is really important for a lot of riders you know, different states, different regulations, and that's where Yosh really fills a niche. They make cool stuff, right, that you can install on the motorcycle and still remain compliant. So definitely sound to throat here, for sure.
Yes.
It's lighter. It looks a lot cooler. Now, the moment of truth, my friend. Does it receive the coveted max fan approval?
Yes, it does.
There you have it. It's our Yosh slip-on install on the 2017 Kawasaki Z900.